All right, I think we're good now. All right, I want to say Shalom. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Cha Kodash. I want to say double honors to apostles of GMS and to the elect doing the work in sincerity and the truth. I want to say Shalom. This is GMS Precepts. This is our cut here. And as you can see, I'm doing a little something new with the screen recording. So bear with me if there's any technical difficulties, but as you can see in the title, it's, the hot topic right now is concerning the beast, you know, in Revelation, and the whore, which is America. The beast is, those European nations known as EU, the EU, um, and NATO, and there it's an obvious tension going on between them. As we got some articles here, let me pull this up, right? Because the big news as of late is the situation that happened. I believe it was on Friday, and that tension that's been going on between America and Ukraine. In this and at this meeting, as you can see in this title, in my job, put all these articles in the description. This meeting here caused a lot of it caused a lot of tension between not only with America and Ukraine, but with America and its allies over there in Europe, right? So now the picture can be seen a little clearer, or those prophecies are starting to speak now with the tension that's prophesied to happen between the beast and the whore. Actually, let me pull that up. Let me pull up let me share my screen here. Let me pull up Revelation. Let me pull up the Bible. You can get it in Revelation 17. And we can see here. Let me make sure this is going good. All right, we can see here in Revelation the 17th chapter. I'm gonna go to the point. It says right here. I'm gonna go to the point. Like I said, this is Revelation 17 and 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore," right? And we know that whore is speaking about America, right? If you go up in a verse in a chapter, it describes a whore dressed in pearls and all these jewels, and wearing in scarlet, you know. That's America. And it says the 10 horns shall what? That sat upon that which thou sawest upon the beast shall hate the whore. That's referring to the EU, those European nations, right? And it says, and shall make her what? Shall make her desolate, right? And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, right? So this is speaking about the thermonuclear missiles, right? We go to Revelation, the 9th chapter. It speaks about that third world's war. Also, this is something that Trump mentioned, right? He mentioned you're flirting with World War III, right? Here it is. We're trying to make a deal. You're being a little combative. You're flirting with. You continue with Russia. You're flirting with World War III, right? Because his thing is he wants to create peace within the nations. He's trying to create peace with them, but he kept telling Zelensky, "You're flirting with World War III," right? Which is going to happen, right? And it says, and shall make her. So when it says he shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, that's speaking about the third. That's speaking about World War III, the third World War, that third woe. And what weapon is going to be used is those thermonuclear missiles, which is going to cause America uh, to be to be desolate, to be naked, to be blown to smithereens. Okay, right. But this part says here, but before that happens, the 10 horns and the whore, right? They have to become enemies, man. They have to be right now. For the longest they've been allies, right? But we can see that the relationship between Europe and America is starting to wane. It's not as strong as it once was, Okay, so we can see that now when it says the 10 horns, that which I saw is supposed to be, these shall what? Hate the whore. And we can see the hatred or the tension between those two nations, those two powers. We can actually see that happening right now. So this part is we're in the midst of the beast, right? And the 10 horns. We can see the hatred or the beef or the tension between the 10 horns of the beast and the whore. We can actually see that happening now, right? So let me go back. Let me go back, right? Let me go back here. Go through some articles, right? It says the free world. This is the free world needs a new leader. This is EU's top diplomat says after Trump-Zelensky clash, right? Actually, let me go to that article too. Let me go to that. Go to that article, the free world, right here, man. Right. It says, so this article, right? It says the free world needs a new leader. EU's top diplomat says after Trump-Zelensky clash. Europe. It says right here, European Union foreign policy chief Kaja Kallas said the free world needs a new leader. Right now, we know the free world or the leader of the free world that's the president of America, right? When they say the leader of the free world, that's the president, whoever the president is of America. That's who that's speaking about or referring to. And your European foreign policy chief Kaja Kallas said the free world needs a new leader because she's basically saying the current leader right now, which is Trump, he's not a good leader, right? So that's fighting words, right? From a European, a EU official towards uh, the president of America, Donald Trump. It says, um, right, needs a new leader after U.S. President Trump clashed with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky at the White House on Friday. And then she goes, "It is up to us, Europeans, right, to take this challenge," she added in her social post. Read in her social post. Um, blah blah blah. Trump cuts short talks with Zelensky after Trump says he can't believe he called Zelensky a dictator at the White House. Blah 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 blah. Right. So that's showing the obvious tension between Europe, between Ukraine. And it's not looking good, man. Let me stop sharing this. What else we got? Let me go into some other articles here. EU offers its own win-win minerals deal to Ukraine, right? The added value Europe offers is that we will demand a deal that's we will demand a deal that's not mutually beneficial, right? Actually, let me go to this article because that's just a screenshot. Let me actually go and start reading a little bit of that. Europe. I believe this is it. This is it, right? Yep. It says, right? Europe, this is from Politico. It says EU offers its own win-win minerals deal. European Union offered its own agreement on critical materials to Ukraine on Monday. And mind you, this is February 25th, right? So this is before this whole mishap happened. Just as President claimed, Washington was close to inking a deal with Kiev for the rights to its vast natural resources. Europe's Commissioner for Industrial Strategy, Stéphane Sojourny, said he pitched the rival proposal to Ukrainian officials he met in Kiev during a visit by the European Commission to mark the third anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion. Also have to mention, also add to the tension between Europe and America. How can I forget? You had the Vice President J.D. Vance go over there and just totally blast them, right? or curse them out or say fighting words to them, so that just adds to the tension between the whore in Revelation and the 10 horns and the beast, you know, the EU and NATO, you see, right? So that's just added tension. So that all that happened, right? When JD Vance went over there and cursed them all out. That happened prior to this meeting, you know. So the point is, the war between the beast, right? Between the between the between EU and the beast, aka I'm sorry, the war between uh, EU and NATO, aka the 10 horns and the beast towards that whore, which is America. It's imminent. It's something that's gonna happen, right? And now we can actually see it playing out. Right? We're like I said in Revelation 17 and 16, when it says, and they shall hate the whore, we can actually see that hatred building. You see, and it's a beautiful thing. It says 21 of the 30 critical materials Europe needs can be provided by Ukraine in a win-win partnership, right? So they're basically trying to position themselves, right? Because Ukraine has a lot of natural materials or minerals over there, and Europe as well as America, they're trying to position themselves to benefit off that. So they're like, okay, if we help you with this war with Russia, um, you're gonna have to give us some of your minerals, right? I think it goes into deeper about this mineral, right? Trump has made increasingly aggressive overtures toward Ukraine for the rights to its mineral riches, demanding as much as 500 billion in compensation, right? And that's why Trump, he repeatedly said during that exchange on Friday, he said, "You're in a very bad position," right? You're in a very bad position because he knows, he's done many deals. He knows that they're in a bad position because the America Europe can't give the military and the monetary or financial support America can give, right? Because America throughout this whole time has given the most. They've been giving Ukraine the most money, the most in military aid, you know? So Zelensky went over there begging to do a deal, you know? But Trump was taking advantage of his weak position he's in. That's why he kept saying you're in no position. You're in a weak position right now, right? It says, right? So this is the crux of the whole story, right? These two nations, America as well as the EU, they want something in return, which is those natural minerals that they have, that Ukraine has. Right? So that's pretty much, I'll leave that in the description, man. But let's go back here. Where we at? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I got a whole bunch of stuff here. Zelensky won't apologize for Oval Office spat. Zelensky says Ukraine should be heard, not forgotten. Zelensky declines to apologize for boorish behavior during Oval Office meeting. Right? Yeah. So it's not looking. The relations between the two nations, the three nations, are not looking good. It's not looking good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters were edified. This is a beautiful, like I said, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing because we can see the prophecies unfolding. We can see the tension build up between America. Let me go back to that. Let me close out on that scripture. Let me go back to Revelation 17. Right? Right? It says, I read this again, Revelation 17 and 16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will. Right? So the Most High, it tells you that the Most High, he rules in the kingdom of men. He's the one that sets up one nation to rule, and puts down another nation not to rule. Okay? And how we know that the Israelites are up next, the prophecies are unfolding, obviously, World War III, the MOTB. We know that we're next because according to prophecy, according to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, it tells you that before Jacob rules, Esau is going to rule. And Esau, they're going to be the last nation to rule this earth, right? And we know it's proof already that the ones that are ruling now are the Edomites. They're not done away with, despite what idiots might say, you know? It says, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, right? The will of the Most High. What's the will of the Most High? He wants these nations to he wants World War III. And he's gonna put it in the minds of these leaders to do what he wants them to do. Okay? And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. It says, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city, right? That great city, America, right? City of dreams, right? Is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. But we can see that their reign over the kings of the earth is starting to wane, right? It's starting to become weaker. You see? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so that's pretty much it. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters were edified. Until the next time, shalom.